Hi, my name is Dubfire, and I released my song RibCage all the way back in 2007, which was the very first release on Desolat. What actually inspired me was me hanging out at DC-10. I'd been friends with Dice for many years, and I was trying to figure out, what my next musical kind of evolution was going to be, where I was going to take my solo career. And I was catching a lot of Dice's sets. I think there was one set in particular where, everything kind of clicked with me. Like I was in the middle of the dance floor, not in the DJ booth, listening to his whole set. And somewhere during the set, the ideas just started flowing into my head in terms of like where I wanted to take myself musically. So that really was one of the main catalysts for what I ended up doing as Dubfire over the successive years. And of course, initially with RibCage. To be honest with you, I'm not sure how my creative process has been evolving all these years. I just know that it's happening. I'm not necessarily conscious of it. I do my best to try to make sure I don't repeat myself, that every piece of music that I make can stand on its own and has its own kind of identifiable kind of vibe. Looking back, the release marks a very big turning point for me career-wise, because I was kind of lost musically coming out of Deep Dish. And that release, the inspiration that created that release, and the fact that Dice and Martin at the time, they loved it so much that they made it their first release on the new label, I think means the world to me. It validated, all those difficult years leading up to embarking on a solo career. In that regard, I'm forever grateful to Dice and Martin. As far as rituals or habits that help me get into the flow when I'm in the studio, to have a good lunch and have a very good cup of coffee, very good and strong cup of coffee before I sit down and I can let my creative juices flow. One of the things I like to do to help create a spark for new ideas, I generally like to focus on that one mix. And then when I'm done with it, when I feel like I've done everything that I could with it, I like to put it aside. And that's when I feel more comfortable to have a bit of fun and to see how far I can stretch my imagination and create, alternate versions that oftentimes end up being the one version that replaces the original version that I intended on releasing.